Peters again, and I've got a helper this time. This is my daughter, Charlie Beth. Can you say hi? There, hey. All right, so we're going to finish up parts 3 and 4. So this is going to be workbook pages 143 and 144. So we're still looking at the two stories, Elizabeth Leads the Way and Famous Women. And we're talking about comparing and contrasting text. So when we compare two stories or text, we look at how they are the same. And when we contrast them, we look at how they are different. So if we think about Elizabeth Leads the Way, you should have heard that from Miss White. And it tells us about Elizabeth Cady Stanton and how she came up with ideas that women should have the right to vote. The story on the Famous Women, we read about Susan B. Anthony, and it told about her as an adult, how she fought for that, for the right for women to vote. Okay, so what is the topic of both texts? What is the key idea, the main idea? So that's what we just talked about. Charlie Beth, come here. So it was about working for women's right to vote. So the topic is working for women's right to vote. Now, you can pause the video at any time that you need to have time to write this. I'm going to give you just a few seconds, and then I'll go on to the next one, but you can pause it if you need to. Okay, so the next question says, what is the main way the texts are different? So we're going to contrast those. Are the texts about the same women? No, we know that they are different women. One of them is Elizabeth Cady Stanton, and one of them is Susan B. Anthony. So they are about different women. And again, I'll give you a few seconds to get these two answers written. Pause the video if you need to. And while you're doing that, I'll talk just a little bit. We learned that because we compared these two texts or two stories, we learned that more than one person had to fight for women to get the right to vote. And we learned about two different ones and how they had how they had some ideas and fought for that to happen. Okay, now I'm going to go to the back of this. Now this is practicing by yourself, but I will go through this and help you out. Try to get some of the answers on your own if you can, though, okay? All right, so again, still comparing these two stories. The first question says, what did Elizabeth and Susan miss out in their lifetimes? The hint said, did they get to see what they fought so hard for? So we know that they fought to see women get the right to vote. Now, we know, if you know of any women, you know that they have the right to vote now. So we know that that happened. But did Susan and Elizabeth get to see that? No, they did not. All right, so they did not get to see women vote. All right. Now the next question says, what is one difference in the way the U.S. has remembered Elizabeth and Susan? So the hint says, what did the U.S. government make for Susan? So think about that. All right, they made the U.S. made a Susan B. Anthony, can't type today, coin. But they did not make a coin for Elizabeth Cady Stanton. Susan was able to fight a little bit harder for it and do a few more things because she was an adult. And Elizabeth was one of the first ones to have those ideas, so it was brand new. So that might be a reason that Susan B. Anthony had a coin and Elizabeth did not. All right, that is it for these workbook pages, so I will see y'all next time.